Hello, welcome to Thrive After Teaching. We are interviewing Julie Barber from Techy Tots today. A really interesting business because I used to teach computing from 7 to 11-year-olds. So anything with the word tech in gets my attention. So I'm really looking forward to learning about Techy Tots from Julie. So Julie, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So can you tell us briefly, what is Techy Tots and who's it for? What is Techy Tots?
So Techy Tots, we're a children's coding franchise, and we focus primarily on Key Stage 1. So we come in and do a lot of after-school clubs and in-curricular enrichment days, and we do reception up to year 2 as our primary target, because we found that not many companies work on those younger age. And it's really important to get those skills in as soon as possible. So then as you go through Key Stage 2, you already know how to do Scratch. So when they introduce it in year 3 or year 4, our kids go, oh, I know how to do that. It's it's just getting those foundational skills in.
That's brilliant. That must boost their confidence so much for when they enter Key Stage 2 as well. So I used to teach Scratch, and when it was quite a new thing, they were like, oh, I'm not sure if year 3 can do this. And I'm like, yes, they can. Get them on Scratch.
And it's amazing how quickly they pick it up as well. I mean, the biggest sort of block that we find is the reading skills. So you have to spend a bit of time with them to read through it. But once they've got the hang of it, that we set different tasks each week. This week we're doing an internet safety theme, so they're going to have to create an animation in Scratch that tells you about internet safety. So we theme all our lessons as well. So they're not just doing the coding, they're learning about other things. I mean, obviously we had a Jubilee one before half term, because everybody had a Jubilee one before half term. But we've done Eid, and we do, all sort of whatever festival, book day. We turn our robots into Harry Potter characters for book day. So as well as the coding, we do theme it with what's happening in the school sort of during that week. I just love it.
How did you get into Techy Tots? What sparked you into this journey?
So for me, although I'm the franchisor now, Techy Tots was founded by my cousin back in 2017. And as soon as she sort of talked to us about it, we were like, it's an amazing idea. Why hasn't anybody thought of it? My children are 18 and about to be 21 now, but they never done any coding through school. So when we were talking about it, they were in high school and they'd never learned any of it. So as I was learning it to teach, they were learning it as well. And it's such an important skill now that, it just seems crazy that we don't know it at our age. We're having to retrain to learn these things. And the idea of being my own boss and I love working with children, but also that gives me that flexibility. I was, my daughter, although she was older, she liked it when I took her to school in the mornings, so still being around to do that. But then, working and earning, good money, just doing something you really enjoy. And you're a rock star in school, because you go in and you've got a big suitcase full of robots, and all the kids are like, oh, what's in your suitcase?
Fantastic. Anything with the word tech in, they get really excited, don't they? And being a visitor as well. So it's like a win-win, tech and you're a visitor. Like,
exactly. Exactly that.
Oh, brilliant. So how's your life different? So before you worked in schools, that's right, isn't it? So how's your lifestyle changed from working in a school to now running your own business?
I mean, it's changed a lot. I mean, I probably work as hard as I was in the school, but when you're working for yourself and you're reaping the benefits of that, you don't mind working so hard in some I create all my resources for my lessons, but then they fold away, and if I need them again, I've got them. It's much sort of less stressful. And for example, like I say, my daughter's going to be 21 on Monday, so we're going on holiday next week for her birthday. It's the middle of term. It's the first time ever we've been able to do a holiday that's not within the school holidays, because my youngest has just finished college as well.
It's like a dream, isn't it?
You just never would have been able to do it at all. There's no way you'd get that sort of leave of absence approved, and because they're adults now, they're like, oh, you don't want to be with them on their birthday, but she's 21, you want to be with her on her birthday.
You do, absolutely.
And so just being able to be your own boss in that sense and say, okay, well, we're going to have next week off to celebrate, You know, I took half term off. I only worked one day during half term because I'd been working really hard up to it. So I thought, you know, over Christmas and February I worked. So I thought, right, I'm having half term off. So, and there was no stress. There was no Monday morning dread, you know, Sunday night itis. In our house, oh, I don't want to go back to work. It was, you know, you create your schedule, and it just gives you that freedom and that sort of independence, I think. And it's like a weight sometimes.
It is, isn't it? And quite often you hear people talk about this. Oh, I want financial freedom. I want to have freedom in my job. And it all sounds like when you're not there yet, you know, you're still in the school, still teaching. It seems like it's a bit woohoo and it's not really real. And does that really exist? Well, it does exist, because I can now take my children to and from school. I only am on my computer while they're at school, and that's how I run my business. But that's how I designed my life that I wanted to be. And I think people don't realize that it is possible, because it seems such a mountain to climb, and discovering what you want to do. So your Techy Tots, let's talk. How can teachers join your franchise?
So we have franchise opportunities. So depending on the area. So at the moment we have 7 franchises, and we're in talks with a couple of people to join us very soon. Wow. So it starts with a conversation with me, talking about what you want to do, how you want to run it, and just giving you the basics of how the business runs. Excuse me, what time you need to commit to it. And then from there, you come and visit a class, so you can see it in action, see how it runs, and just sort of go through the steps from there. You know, as we go through, we give you more information, financial projections and things like that. I mean, the thing with it is the more you put in, the more you're going to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can do, you know, you can work by yourself 5 days a week and earn, you know, a reasonable living. It's not going to be probably the same as some of the teacher salaries, but then if you employ staff and you do 2 clubs a week, 5 days a week, you double your earnings. You know, I've got 2 members of staff now, partly because I'm doing the franchisor role as well. But you know, we've got, I think 3 of our franchisees have got staff members, and it just doubles what you're able to earn. And that's just with our school clubs. So on top of that, you can do weekends, you can do summer holidays. You really can tailor it to what you want it to be. I think realistically, you need to be aware that it's going to take you a bit of time to build that business. You can't come into it thinking you're going to be earning 20,000, 30,000 a year. You know, you're going to have to accept that it's going to take you a little while,
isn't it? Yeah.
But we support you in that. So as a head office, we give you everything we need. We teach you how to get into schools, how to approach schools. We come with you to your first couple of sessions to make sure you're happy once you've done all your training. All the equipment is supplied, all the lesson plans are supplied. I mean, literally, you just got to show up and do the class.
That sounds like a dream already. Lesson plans supplied. I'm in. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Can you tell me about the tech and the equipment that you take with you to your sessions?
Yeah, so we use a variety of different robots. So we use sort of Wonder Workshops. A Dash is one of our favourites. We use a lot of the Osmo coding sets. And I say he, all my robots I refer to as he. I don't know why. I just have since I've got them. I'm like, he does this and he does that. Yeah, so the Osmo set, you can use lots of different sets within it. So there's maths games there that it's a fishing game, so they don't realise they're doing maths and they love it. And, you know, as they get older, it gets harder and it's multiplication, and it you know, it really grows with them. As well as obviously the coding game, we use Scratch Junior and we do quite a lot on that. We've got iPads and Kindles that we bring. So you get like a toolkit of sort of 8 or 9 robots and Kindles. And then you sort of pick a mix out of the lesson plan, what you want to use for your class. So
it's all provided for you then.
It's all provided, and then you've got your toolkit, and then if you want to add to that, you're welcome to. You know, there's other things we can recommend, but what you get in your franchise fee when you sign up is enough to run your classes. So you don't need to sort of, all you need to lay out for is printing and laminating, really. Everything else is colouring pens, you know, the basics. But all the sort of expensive stuff is all included in the kit.
Wow, it sounds like a really good venture for a teacher who wants to leave but loves Key Stage 1 and tech. you know, and
Absolutely.
you're still teaching, aren't you? But
Yeah,
without all that other stuff that
there's no
goes on.
pressure on you, exactly. You still, I mean, 3 of our franchisees, 2 of them are former ICT leads, and now
Okay.
franchisees, and then we've got another one that was a teacher who has joined us. And that's exactly what they say, you know, they love the teaching. You can see the development of the children in the class
Yeah,
from
and they
day
love
1
it.
to the end of the term. So you've still got that reward
Yeah.
in seeing your children grow, knowing that you're
Mm.
helping them grow. But yeah, like, you haven't got all the school politics, if you like,
Yeah.
on top of it. So it just makes it a bit calmer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, yeah, it sounds great. I think I've been listening and looking out for Techy Tots. And the first time I saw it, I thought, wow, that's a computing. That's amazing, you know. And I was like at that stage where I'd left and I'd been the computer lead for 20 years, I don't know. And I was thinking, maybe I should do this. Yeah, so you're always in there at the back of my mind.
There you go,
Like,
see?
I know what I can do if I don't want to be doing this.
Yeah, you've got enough time on your hands.
Yeah. So tell us, how can people find you for more information?
So our website is straightforward, just techytots.co.uk, and on there's different pages for schools and parents, and there's a franchising page on there, so if they want to get in touch. Otherwise, Facebook, again, we're just Techy Tots on Facebook, so just have a search for Techy Tots. And then you'll see all the different areas as well when you search. So like I say, we've got 7 areas at the moment. But yeah, and then it'll drop me an email directly, which is julie.barber@techytots.co.uk. And I'm happy to sort of have a chat with people and just, you know, I know how hard it is to make that leap, and to feel like you're giving up everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know it's difficult.
Really, such a daunting time. I talk to teachers all the time, and they're always messaging me, and you know, they're at that stage of, I cannot do this anymore. Help. I don't know what I'm going to do, you know. And yeah, we've all been there as teachers, and we've left. We've all felt that, and it's nice to be able to open the doors and say, look, there's some options here, you know,
Yeah.
and just believe in yourself, because you can leave teaching, and you will find what you want to do, even if it's not obviously Techy Talks. It could be anything, and
I
there
think
are
that's the
so
thing. I
many
think,
options.
yeah, I think the thing is, you know, obviously I love what I do and I want everybody to come and join me, but you've got to find your passion. So,
Yeah,
you know, if your passion is not Techy Tots, then find what your passion is and do your
yeah.
research, you know, and be brave. I think that's all you can do. I think
Mm,
you've got to put your
you're right,
health as
yeah.
well, above everything else. You've got to think about your health and your mental health. And if
Mm.
there's something you're passionate about, there will be a way out and a way into doing
Something,
something
yeah,
different.
yeah, you'll discover
Definitely.
it.
And if
Yeah,
there's not, make it, you
yeah,
know.
exactly,
You know,
exactly. I
if
mean,
there's not,
I started my journey thinking I was going to be a social media manager, service provider. And so I did the course, and I was like, it's not really me. You know, it was something I could do, and I'm qualified to do it now. And I now use all that information and skills and knowledge in my own business, which has been invaluable. But I knew that social media management wasn't what I wanted to do. And I just followed my heart. I thought, I'm not doing something that isn't 100% my passion. Once you find it, you get excited and you just want
yeah.
to do more and more and more, don't you?
And that's the thing. What's the point of leaving a job that you're feeling
Yeah,
stressed in and doing something that is equally
yeah,
as stressful or not what you want it
yeah,
to be? You know, if you're going to
yeah.
make that leap, then
Do
you
it
know, make
right.
it something that you, yeah, make it something that you want to love. You know,
Make it a good
I mean,
leap.
you know, and like I say, you know, be realistic. So I'm not ashamed to say when I left my job, I was on benefits for a while I started getting my business run up. But I'd done the sums and thought, okay, it'll be tight, but I
But
can do it. And it's
yeah.
worth it for me and my family to actually
Mm.
cut back and not have holidays just while we're
Yeah,
getting it up and running. And then, you know, within a year,
yeah,
we were on holiday. You know, it just took a
exactly.
little bit of time to get it
Yeah.
there.
It's looking in the future. You have to invest your time and money to build a brighter future, don't you?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really,
exactly.
really, really important. And it's an enjoyable journey. So it
Yes,
should be, if you're following your passion. Anyway,
exactly.
thank you so much, Julie, for coming in today into Thrive After Teaching. And
You're more than
I will post your links below this
Thank
video
you.
in the Facebook group. So
Great.
have a lovely day, and
And you?
and I'll be following your journey.
Thank you. I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.